welcome to Busted Speakers. I'm Kush,
And I'm Alex.
and today we're gonna review CupcakKe's new album, Queen Elizabitch. Okay, so we got introduced to CupcakKe through Charlie XCX's song on her last mixtape, and we thought CupcakKe was hilarious. We were just goofing, we were having a lot of fun, talking about how sexually explicit and sexually just independent she was, and how much she didn't give a shit about anyone. So we decided. So when she come out with this album, I was kind of excited to hear it. But I would say this is probably the most inconsistent project I've heard this year.
Really?
Yes, given I like, so the album starts out with Scraps. That song was fantastic. I love that song.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think the production was really grimy. It was really hardcore, just really aggressive. She's coming off rapping and just calling people out and talking about things going on in the community around her, like fathers leaving their children and not having money and looking for food, just things that happen in the neighborhood she grew up in. Production is loud, bombastic, aggressive. And then there's some good lines like dark skin or light skin, you still African American. Society got y'all fucked up. Y'all out here comparing skin, which was a really good line. The song was just really good. I enjoyed it. I was like, wow, this is not what I expected of her. Then the song 33rd comes on, and that was immediately the worst song on this album.
Well, no, come on, for worst song on the album.
Yes, I hated that song. It was so gushy, blushy, just so generic, so synthetic. It didn't sound like her. That's not.
So you think it betrayed the whole CupcakKe vibe of what she was generally trying to do?
And like it's not that it's terrible. It's just when you come off a song so bombastic, so brutally honest, something so aggressive, to this like lovey-dovey, gushy, like really just pop heavy, EDM heavy song, I was just like, this ruined the flow firstly, and it's not even that impressive a song. Like, lyrics are okay, nothing as good as the last one, and the hook was just abrasive and annoying.
Okay, yes, I did note that weirdly on a lot of these songs they adopted like an EDM instrumental, and some of the other ones are like really basic beats. Like CupcakKe is definitely the star of the show here. I wouldn't be able to listen to an instrumental version of this album, definitely not. But here's the thing: CPR is the third song, and that's like the first really, really explicit sexually song. So I thought Scraps and 33rd were both quite tame in comparison, especially 33rd. But whenever I say something has hit potential, it almost never means it will actually be a hit. But this uses xylophone and actually uses cleanly produced piano chords, which may be sampled, I don't know. It's such a good way to gain real accessibility. And I'm not saying it's good because it's accessible, it just means it was easy for me to listen to this. The only thing I didn't like about this, and it's probably not a problem for you, Kush, is that she says, like, she chose 33rd instead of 32nd day, as there's no 32nd day of a month. Like, she could have said 32nd, but...
I thought the whole concept of the song was kind of stupid.
Position. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was okay.
I didn't enjoy the song at all. But then CPR came on, and CPR was just a fucking blast the entire way through. So I'm not gonna go out of my way or save this song to any playlist. But if I want someone to start cringing very simply, I'll put this song on, because the production is literally just like samples from different porns, and you can hear like people like people just having like sex and moaning in the background. It's really just off-putting and really unsettling, but it's so funny. And I honestly don't think I can recite this lyrics without getting age restricted, so I'm not gonna do that.
Don't worry, all of our videos are age restricted, Kush. You know what we're like. And I don't look for like the sounds of someone getting a blowjob in a background of a song like on here, but like Notorious B.I.G. and Eminem, they had some graphic skits. So it's nothing new, really. It's on fire here, CupcakKe's rap, don't you think?
Oh yeah, she has impeccable flow and impeccable rhyming. and some really good lyrics. I just think that she doesn't fulfill that all the way. Like sometimes like on the song 33rd, she was almost pop vibe to her. She didn't really have that same rapping skill in it, and I was kind of disappointed. But she is a good rapper, and probably one of the one of my favorite female rappers currently in the game, because I can't stand Nicki Minaj. So
okay, well, I'm not going to comment on that, but
do you like Nicki Minaj?
Biggie Smalls, sorry?
Do you like Nicki Minaj?
I like some of her songs. I think she has actual really good talent. Like, listen to Monster by Kanye West, and she's actually probably the best one on that song.
That's fair. I just never really took time to enjoy her stuff.
Plus, if you're a pop fan like me, Super Bass is basically one of the best pop songs of the early 2010s. So, yeah, I don't know. I know she has a few dodgy. We're talking about CupcakKe, so yeah, I agree. She is probably one of the best female rappers in the game. Like I was saying, Biggie Smalls, that's probably my favorite.
I did not enjoy this one either.
Is it because it had the EDM?
Not just the EDM. I thought I don't like the EDM production, but I think people can use it properly. I just think the hook is really bad with the Biggie Smalls repeating over and over again. And I don't know. I feel like I like the message, the body positive song. It doesn't matter what size you are, you're still beautiful and people will still love you.
That's what I like about it.
It's a great message, but I just think it's a really bad portrayal of the message, like in terms of actual song.
I think this is a better portrayal of the message than most others. Like, it's better than All About That Bass.
Oh yeah, way better than that.
When you look at CupcakKe, you know, she's happy as she is. She's a real sweetheart, really. If you actually like look at her Twitter and just listen to her in most of this album, and she says things like, "No matter the size, I'm still a hottie," and like, you know, she says things like, "Big or small, I love you all." This feels like a real empowerment song. A real woman living in delight with her weight message, and it's more meaningful than most of the other ones I've ever heard. Size does not matter, truly. So, I thought this would be a tribute to Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls because of the title. Anyway, quite accessible sounding, but obviously won't be a hit. But
I think that has the most hit potential for any song just because of the message behind it.
It does, but no one's gonna really be playing CupcakKe.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I owned a radio station, I would be, but no one would listen to that.
You should put on the song "Cum Shot."
Oh, yeah.
If you put that on, most of the song would just be dead silence.
I know. There's a lot of rap songs where there's no point making a censored version because there's that many swears.
So "Cum Shot," the production was bad. Everything was bad about the song. Bad in a good way though, because like like it was just so off-putting and so unnerving and so unsettling that I kind of liked it. There is no one else I could see making a song like that, and me actually
interested in how it's really interesting how uncomfortable it made me.
Yeah, it is interesting. I think if we were going to do music reaction, like listening to songs and like reacting to, or like live, this would be a perfect album to do it to.
Yeah, and this song in particular.
This song was just so disgusting, and it was wonderful though. It was disgusting in an endearing way.
I mean, she sounds like a really experienced and sexually liberated woman in the world of free love. That's about as conventional as I could put this song.
Yeah, well, but no, because she talks about like in Barcode that she worked as a prostitute for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I believe that.
Well, yeah, and the very last song, which is probably one of my favorites on here, Reality Part 4, is the a cappella one. She talks about like being 15 and having sex with 35-year-olds because they don't have any money, and she talks about eating disorders and homelessness and how much she hates herself, and coming from that to now being some like very liberated, very body positive woman. It's just empowering to hear.
Yeah, she's really inspiring, and I think since that's Reality Part 4, and she has 3 other albums, I'm pretty sure on all of the other albums she has another rap a cappella that's like just her talking about stuff that doesn't really fit into any other songs on the album. So yeah, the like you're saying, barcodes. I don't know this like, did any of this album actually physically gross you out, Kush?
Cum Shot did a little bit.
This song had a line, "I'm on my period, hold on, Miss Ketchup." That physically grossed me out. I mean, I can tell you that's never happened with any other song before. So she gets an award for that.
Good
That's
job,
a really,
Cupcake.
really weird song because it's obviously got her normal positive, body positive image, but obviously it's talking about her. I don't know. You know, she's talking about having been a prostitute, but I wasn't actually too aware of that, so I thought it was just her and like trying to find a good man, sort of like the female Bruno Mars is "That's What I Like." I don't know. Obviously, I'm probably wrong on that.
Yeah. I would say the production, so the beat selection on this album is actually pretty good from what I can pick from it. Like,
Basic, but kind of fit the homemade vibe she has here, because obviously she's a lesser known rapper. She probably doesn't have the high budget studios or producers working with her.
of course not. Yeah. I'm very happy with this album. I just there's just the EDM parts and some of the more poppy songs that I wasn't really a big fan of. I liked her aggressive rapping, her just going in and talking about things that whatever she wanted to talk about. Like the song Toys R Us, where she's just talking about how hard and bad she is on this
Yeah.
like raspy hook and this angry beat, and it's just a lot of fun to listen to. I think, I don't know.
I've heard a lot of female rappers like Foxy Brown and Jean Grey. I think she's from South Africa, but she's actually quite a good female rapper. And obviously Nicki Minaj as well. And Alone is like a visceral and in-your-face banner. She's saying like women's ain't toys are us, saying they're not like playthings for men to pick out. It's just so many of these songs have different, unique, imaginative ways of saying like women aren't property. Toys R Us after the song Scraps, I thought, thinking, if Scraps was a true story, which I completely believe it is, she probably wasn't going to Toys R Us as a kid. So it's good that she used it as a metaphor.
Yeah, I think her background is a big impact on her music today.
Yeah.
And I think there was a portion, I want to say in Reality Part 4, where she says something about her mom. I don't remember exactly what she's saying, but she's talking about like how she wants to make her mom proud, and like she came back with one hit song and her mom was like, we're gonna make it big and like this and that. And I was like, it's really empowering to see like how much that plays how much her past impacts her future, and how it drives her to make these songs, even though like they're freaky and they're sex crazed and crazy and whatever. But music is music. Everyone has their own choice. It's whatever you want to do.
There was only one song on here I didn't like even Cum Shot. I like them within the So Bad They're Good, like so dirty song meanings, but Civilized, full Jamaican or Caribbean accent like Drake does it, but for some reason it sounds really weird hearing her do it on this song. It's really catchy, but I don't know, there's like no beat. There's no beat. It's so buried in the mix that it just doesn't exist, basically. And so it's basically her just doing a weird accent.
Yeah, so I said that was like very minimal production, and she's very two-faced. Like, she has a soft side where she wants to settle down and find a man and whatnot, but it was such a filler track and it was so short. But I think I needed the break between like the fucking two crazy, just dirty songs before it and the next one, So it was nice to have a bit of
That's
a break
true.
in there.
That's true. I did take that into account, but I'm more judging them as a singular track. I do that more often than actually as an album, as a cohesive whole. And I don't know how you feel about like sound effects like that, but whenever I hear running water in a song, it's usually a turn off for me.
Really, I like it sometimes, but not not always. Depends who uses it and how you use it. Really, like the 1 year old Droog song when they had the rain falling. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, but that's rain.
That's
That's
fair.
that's like that's balanced out together by nature. Running water is like coming from a tap, and basically it just makes me want to piss. So I mean,
Well, if you use a bathroom,
that's
then
all
that
I
makes
can
sense.
say. That's true. I think I did actually when I heard that.
That's good to know, Alex.
Well, it's nowhere near as explicit as anything on this album. I
That's
think if
fair.
anyone's coming to this review, I think they've heard a bit worse than that.
So, what would you rate this album?
This is a great album. I haven't said anything to convey that thought, but sometimes, especially since I've only heard it once or twice, play value will have some of these songs will be hard to play comfortably to friends, but I'm pretty sure you could agree with that. And
I can agree.
she is truly maybe the best female rapper to date. And I hope she gets more success. She is unbelievable on some of these songs. I don't mind the easy and backing on some of these. The only thing I could say is that the beats, if she had a better producer with beats that, well, she would be outstanding. Probably, people look at her and judge her, and people probably hear about her past and judge her. But here at Busted Speakers, I'm pretty sure we can rep her pretty freely. So, once again, I'm going to give it an 8 because I do have limited experience with rap. I don't exactly know what I'm looking for, but more stuff like this is great to me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so for me, this was a good album. Most of the songs were kind of polarizing to me. Like either I loved them or some I just did not enjoy at all, like 33rd and Biggie Smalls, even though I liked the message behind them. But there were just a couple things that I didn't enjoy. Maybe some production, like some of the more EDM based production, was not my thing. But for the most part, I thoroughly enjoy this album. I think that she has found her niche in this like dirty, raunchy sort of sex craze music. But I'm just impressed with what she can do, and she actually shows like real rapping ability in some of these other songs, like the first one. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 because I enjoyed this one.
Well, maybe I'm being a bit too generous with my scores, but I really love music. That's
Fair.
That's the thing.
Everyone has different like appreciation, so it's a fair assessment.
Plus, I think you've probably heard more rap than me. I have a different expectation level.
It's not that I have a different expectation.
Probably more easily pleased.
I think I enjoyed her rap, but she had a couple songs, 2 to 3 songs that just weren't rap on here, which I just was not a big fan of.
Fair enough.
Well, if that's it, then thanks for tuning to Busted Speakers. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out some of our other reviews, and check us out on social media.